Good evening and welcome to Newswatch at 5:30. Don't let the rain bother you. It's the perfect weather for tonight's show because we are going from sweet to spicy. Tonight, though, we're going to go, like I said, to the spicy side of the world, and we're going to look at chili. This is a very versatile meal option. It can be sweet, it can be spicy, smoky, vegetarian. You could serve it on a bun or in a bowl or in a wrap with cheese on top. It's fantastic. So we're doing a little bit of a Chili 101 at the FireHouse Gourmet. Very much looking forward. We're going to get it all started and get inside and warmed up, inside and out. And this is the star of the show, and you'll notice that I'm not touching it. What kind of chili is this, Anna?
This is called a boot jolokia chili. It is the hottest chili on the planet.
And why should I not even touch this? Though I know, but I'll have you explain it because I think it's really cool that a chili plant can hurt you.
Yes, well, it's got a lot of capsaicin and a lot of, which is kind of like an oily resin. So you don't want to get that on your fingers because if you touch your eyes, even your skin can get irritated from it.
Okay. And so why do we even go looking for chilies that are this hot? If they can hurt my hand dried like this, why would on earth would I put them in a meal product and put it inside me?
Yeah, well, you know, everybody's got a different tolerance for heat, and some people just love that kick, that real spiciness. And adding just a single pepper like that can really spice up a whole pot of chili without having to add a lot of ingredients or a curry, any kind of a spicy dish. So just a little bit goes a long way.
Goes a long way. Oh, fair enough. So now, are these kind of readily available?
The jolokia is a fairly new cultivated pepper. It originated in India, but it's just now coming on the market. It's also called the ghost pepper or the naga jolokia. And it's
the Widowmaker.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very hot. It's twice as hot as a habanero, and most people will be familiar with the habanero, which is
That's this one.
Yes, which is a very hot pepper. This is in the dried form, and this is fresh, and then the powdered habanero.
So which one is most when it comes to let's move on to the spicing of a chili or any meal.
Sure.
What is the most potent? Is it the fresh, the dried, or the powdered version?
Actually, they have the same heat level. A chili pepper does not get any hotter when it cooks or dries, but it does concentrate. So if you wanted to add a lot of heat quickly, you'd be adding the ground pepper. So it's, yeah, they don't change in heat level. So any form you're using one of these peppers in, it's just how much you put in.
It's how much. And what are the other two peppers?
Well, this is a very common one people are familiar with. This is a chipotle pepper, which is a smoked and dried jalapeno.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, it's a jalapeno pepper. They dry it, they smoke it, so it gets that real rich, smoky flavor.
Alrighty.
And that's a component in lots of chilies, in hot sauces, barbecue sauces. It comes up quite a bit.
Okay, fantastic, yes.
And this is an ancho chili. It's much milder. It's used in chilies. It's also a common ingredient in a classic Mexican mole. And it has more of a rich, almost raisin and chocolate kind of flavor.
Oh, neat.
So it's great for adding a lot of richness to a chili. It really brings out a lot of flavor.
Okay. Now, do you use these in combination, or do you pretty much, if you're styling a chili for yourself, do you pretty much stick with one or the other?
But usually in combination.
Okay.
You'll usually use maybe these two might be put together, the ancho and the chipotle. It depends on what kind of flavor profile you're looking for and how much heat.
And how much heat.
Yeah.
Speaking of heat and flavor profile, you've prepared 3 different styles of chili, and you very, very generously shared your recipe with us as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll take a look at all of the wonderful things you can do with the chili pepper in a moment, and this is also coming up on Newswatch at 5:30. Newswatch at 5:30 continues. Hardcore investigation into Chili 101 at the FireHouse Gourmet in Peterborough. Anna, this is where it all began.
It is. This is a classic Texas red chili. It's made with no beans, just beef, and onion, garlic, lots of chilies. And this is what we think of as the chili we eat today, which really isn't anywhere similar to a dish you would get in Mexico. It's chili con carne literally means meat cooked with chilies, meat with chilies.
Oh, really? So, because I automatically think of vegetables and beans and all
Sure.
that kind of thing. So that's a more of a North American.
Yeah, it's
kind
kind of the
version
evolution of chili
All right.
as it has grown over time.
Fantastic. And you and David, I don't know if this is something you've done on your own, but you've come up with different kind of accompaniments for chili, or are these also classic as well?
These are pretty classic. A Texas chili typically is just served on its own, maybe with a little bit of cornbread. But some people will put, if they want to kick up the heat a little bit, they'll add some hot sauce, or they'll add a little bit of salsa. But it's typically a whole stick-to-your-ribs kind of bowl.
All right, out in the plains, bringing in the
Cattle.
cattle
It started in the 1800s on cattle trails, and also in chili parlors as kind of a street food. So a real fulfilling bowl of something that could be cooked with lots of chilies, maybe to mask the flavor of some really strong meats, and something that could be cooked slowly so all that tough meat could break down.
Oh, good point. Okay, well, can we give that one a try then?
Absolutely. I'll be your
All right.
service.
David will put something together for me, and we have over here, you were talking about the difference between chili powder and chili powder.
Yes,
And I thought, uh-oh.
it is one of those common things that comes up. This is chili powder with an I. Chili with an I means the dish, and chili powder is the seasoning for that dish. It's actually made up from several different ingredients, the most common being a couple different kinds of chili with an E, chili powders, oregano, cumin, and garlic. And there can be other variations, but it was first commercially produced in the late 1800s in Texas, meant entirely as the seasoning for a bowl of chili.
So the bowl, the meal is chili with an I.
Yes.
The pepper with which you season is chili with an E.
Exactly.
Every day I'm covering great mysteries on Newswatch at 5:30. I'll happily give this a try. Now,
Wonderful.
do you consider this a spicy or a mild?
It's spicy. It's not too over the top, but it's got some kick to it. And there's a little chili jack cheese on top there.
Now you see, just now, it's starting to get hot on the back of my tongue. Why is it after the fact that you always sense the heat and not when you first...
Well, different chilies will react differently in your mouth, but
Oh,
especially
wow.
when it's something that's been cooked for a long time, when you're using not fresh chilies but dried or cooked ones, it'll hit you kind of your taste buds towards the back.
Okay.
Kind of builds up.
This is where I do the sour cream. David was saying you use the sour cream too. I throw the sour cream alongside.
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice. Very stick to your ribs.
Very rich.
Now, on the other side of your classic red chili is you have a classic green chili. So tell me about this one.
This is a chili verde. Verde being Spanish for green. And it is more of a New Mexico style chili as opposed to the Texas red. This one's made with chicken, and it's made with lots of green peppers and chilies. So in anything from mild ones to hot ones. This is just fairly mild.
So green chilies can be spicy as well.
Yes, they can be spicy as well. You can easily find a habanero that's green, and there are a lot of
jalapenos.
Yeah,
hello.
jalapenos are green.
So let's try that one. And how do you use different accompaniments for that one as well, or do you kind of cater to the?
Well, this
main
one
item?
lends itself to all kinds of things. You could be putting some chopped cilantro on top, maybe a squeeze of lime.
Wow.
You could. This one we also made some beans, some kind of simmered seasoned beans to go on the side, as opposed to putting it in the dish, because it's a classic chili. It still has the beans on the side.
That's so neat. Thank you. What is your favorite? What as a chili fan?
Well, I like the Texas red because it's really rich, and especially in winter when it starts to get cold, that's a nice one to have. It's also great if you're sitting and watching a hockey game or a football game.
Yeah, this is really good. I really like this one.
This one's excellent because you can do all kinds of things with it. You can make it hot, make it mild. This has chicken in it. You could use turkey. You could use shredded pork. Those would all be classic ingredients.
I think if somebody was looking for a down-home chili, this would not satisfy them.
It's lighter.
I love it. Is lighter. I quite like that one.
Yeah. It's got lots of cumin as well and lots of garlic. but it's a little bit healthier for you.
Just a little bit. Nice job. Well, we have more ideas to come, including cornbread and chipotle honey butter. Hello.